Officers of the Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps have commenced the demolition of shanties at the Adeniji Adele section of the Third Mainland Bridge. Lagos State government had announced on Sunday that it would remove more than 100 shanties along the water channel. Commissioner for the Environment, Tokunbo Wahab, mentioned that the exercise is part of government's commitment to reclaim all ungoverned spaces that dot the Lagos landscape. According to the commissioner, the shanties serve as a hiding place for criminals and points for peddling hard drugs and substances, which is injurious to the well-being of law-abiding residents.
We just have to remove all these shanties from our environment. And most of the shanties, you can see that they are built close to the canal, which is not, even for their health, it's not even good. So the government has taken a stand. They don't want anything under the bridge in Lagos, except those ones approved by the government. The commissioner gave a time frame of 21 days to clear all the infractions under the bridges in Lagos. We've cleared some before, so we have the major ones that we have. They are not really much. We'll keep on clearing.
The Lagos State Commissioner for the Environment, Tokunbo Wahab, joins me on TVC News at 7. Honorable Commissioner, thank you for joining us on the news this hour. You had given 48 hours for occupants of these shanties to vacate that place. What was compliance like when you got there?
Thank you very much, Ifemi, and good evening. Ifemi, the compliance level is very high. People now know that Lagos State government is not joking with our laws and our regulations. It doesn't make sense for people to turn under the bridges into their place of habitation. And if you know what happened at Akpogbo years back, Lagosians suffered for over a year when the bridge had to be repaired and refixed. So we're saying to everyone, look, let us move them away from under the bridges, reclaim our ungoverned spaces, push back and beautify those spaces. The compliance level is very, very, very high. I'm so glad Lagosians are taking us our words.
All right. What's the next port of call now for the ministry in this regard?
No, it's a continuous exercise. All ungoverned spaces in the states will be reclaimed and we put them to proper use for our citizens. The era of allowing non-state actors to come into our under the bridge or build shanties across the state is over. If you are going to be in the states, we must be able to account for you. You must have a LASRA ID card. You must be able to plan around your coming to the states. That's the whole purpose of having LASRA. And that's what we are doing going forward.
What do you make of the security concerns about the implication of chasing these individuals away from where they call home? Is government considering beefing up security in those areas, or you think it's not valid?
Ifemi, Lagos is the safest state in this country today. I make bold to say it. Lagos State is the safest state in this country today. And that's why I say to people, we are a victim of our own success as a state. People coming to Lagos State in droves is okay, but you must allow us identify you and know where you're staying in the state. So we are ready for these other things. And that is even part of the reasons why we're clearing under the bridges and moving shanties away from the state. So we don't allow people run drugs, run arms under the bridges, under the pairs of their homeless or in whatsoever disguise.
So I'm looking at the structures on the screen right now, and I can tell that these are, call it semi-permanent structures. They didn't get there just yesterday. Oftentimes, we've seen government intervene in this manner. But what do you think can be done to create structures and a system that makes it practically impossible for individuals to encroach on government property in this way?
Thank you very much. And that is what we're putting in place. We're putting in place very resilient structures that will take charge and take ownership of these ungoverned spaces. And also, we are making a plea to Lagosians. See something, say something, take ownership. You are the owners of the state. We are just birds of passage as political appointees or elected government officials. Let Lagosians take ownership of these spaces. What we're seeing is heart-wrenching. And the fact that the security reports emanating from under the bridges are not something that we can even share in public. Ifemi, it's so sad. If your vehicle breaks down on this Adeniji third mainland corridor, God forbid, will be tied you if you don't vote. So let us take ownership of these spaces. Let Lagosians know what we're doing with them, and then we'll take it up from there. And this is not just about Adeniji. The governor led the charge last year from Orile down to Okoko. We've been doing this. So this is the next phase, and then from here, we'll go to the next phase again as planned by the states.
Commissioner for the Environment, Kubo Wahab, thank you for talking to us on the news at this hour.
Thank you very much, Ifemi, for having me.
Indeed. So we're also following some updates in this regard. Lagos State government has also demolished parts of Arojobe and Mende Estate Villa, clearing the channel to ensure better flow and prevent flooding. This comes just as the Ministry of Environment also issued quick notice to illegal squatters at the abandoned Federal Secretariat in Ikoyi, an upscale neighborhood in the state. The ministry's tour was meant to re-evaluate alignments and add a human touch to ongoing enforcement along the System 1 corridor. The ministry said the structures at Mende Village Estate are obstructing the channel without observing the mandatory 15-meter setback. Discussions between officials and occupants at this location are ongoing when an incident occurred. For more updates, the chairman of Residents Association in Mende, Seyi Shueto, joins me on the news now for more on this development. All right, we'll get back to Mr. Shueto subsequently.